Gotta get it on. Come on. Yeah. Now people are always laughing, saying, man, what went wrong? They're always telling me they're listening, but they don't hear my song. And that reminds me of the good times and how things used to be. Was making friends and selling sets. Yo, the first, that was me. But then it all went stop. Kung Fu chop. I did my thing, took it to the top. Been around the world, so many places. Seen pretty girls with the smiling faces. TV shows and had lots of clout. Met the OD, had to knock him out. But now I'm on the drop and my heart's been torn. Here I am in your face, let's get it on. Banger gone, get it on. Banger gone, gonna get it on. Party on through until the break is on.
Oh yeah, race fans, here we go again. Front Row Esports bringing it to you loud, live from Pismo Beach, California. I'm Chris Hamas, and man, we got one heck of a show planned for y'all tonight. We got Daytona Duels kicking us off. Speed Week's coming. We got Daytona Day, and this is how we firing it off over here at Front Row Esports. We got some of the cream of the creme, line them up. We got a couple of hot rods, heats stacked up ahead of us here, and we're going to be able to light this firecracker and see what's going to happen tonight. But we got some folks here on board, and in the broadcast booth, we got Tom Freitas, Gunny Sergeant Charge of Front Row Esports, and of course, we got Tanner Marr, infamous, and Tanner Marr on this one. We got, let's see if we got the boys here in the booth and give them a copy. All right, Tom, you got a copy?
I got a copy, brother. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. You bouncing all kinds. Good. Let's make sure we don't have this background noise be disrupted, and we do. All right, there we are. Yeah, welcome on in, Tom. All right, we got Daytona Duels, and do we got Tanner Marr here on board as well?
We are here, baby. We are here.
Yeah, that's a treat in itself right there. We got Mr. Tanner Marr going to be enlightening us with his wisdom or craziness or both, right?
So, a little bit of both.
All right. Well, since we got you right here, we'll jump back to Tom here in a second. But give us your insights on tonight's race and what do you have in store for us, man, out there on this track?
Oh, brother, man, I'm starting almost dead last in duel number 2. So I'm hoping to not only have a little fun here for duel 1, but also maybe pick up a little bit, because it's Daytona. Anything can happen, and everything will happen tonight at Daytona for sure.
But that's the other question is too for you is like, yeah, anything and everything can happen. But I mean, how likely are we to be pulling some triggers tonight, if you will, on some crazy moves, knowing that there's a lot at stake here. There's a possible, starting at the back of the pack, for the 500, losing the spots that you've earned, you've worked so diligently for in qualifying, So how do you balance that in tonight's race?
The one way to answer that is there's no points on the line tonight, right? It's just starting position for the 500, and I know there's about 40 of us that all want to start on pole, right? Or all want to be up there in the mix. So we're just going to send it tonight and hope for the best and try to put on a show.
Nice. So that's what I'm looking forward to, buddy. I'm sure the fans are eager and willing and waiting as well. So let's drop over to Tom real quick. Tom, speaking of that format, give us a rundown on that format and what we're looking at. We're going to break down the duels for you real quick, folks. Let me bust up this diagram here and stuff and whatnots, and we're going to kind of go over it here step by step and give you a gander. Tom, get a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. So,
all right.
Yeah, so real quick, how it worked for these drivers in front row. We had a qualifying beginning of the week. We had a 3 nights of qualifying. Drivers just went out for a 2-lap session by themselves, and those times set where they started for the duels, right? You had all your odd numbers are in duel 1, right? Then all your even numbers in qualifying are duel 2. So what that does, any driver in duel 1, right, minus the pole sitter. The pole sitter is locked on the front row. That sets the inside starting line for the Daytona 500, this duel we're watching right now. Then you have duel 2, which sets the outside starting lineup for the Daytona 500. So it's pretty cool how it works, and it also I think it gives drivers more time to practice. We got some newer drivers, get a feel for everyone races. We got a lot of drivers and new teams, new colors, new numbers, new rides. So kind of learning on who's who again, right? We have some of our guys that we know really well, and new paint schemes, new rides this year. So it's kind of gives us a chance to kind of learn kind of who's who after the silly season, we call it, after the off season. So
Oh, 100%. Now, I mean, dating real quick to our odds and evens as we're checking in the race between both lines here. The ultimate goal here, obviously, is going to be in that crucial heat one, because it's going to be the lead off the the pole, right? To sit on pole for this 500 event, right? So that's that's you would think would be the super important heat. I mean, they're both extremely important, but bragging rights.
Yes, well, exactly. I mean, you got bragging rights and also good practice, right? I mean, learning. There's been updates over the off season of these cars. This is our first time really out on track with these cars since last time we were here at Daytona in the fall, right?
Right.
So kind of learning how the cars are going to run and draft now, and working on sets for the 500, and it's going to set that crucial, third place through 40th. That's what the duels are all about. Because first and second are currently locked on the front row unless they have some issues tonight in the duels.
And that's exactly it. So the pole sitter here, Kenneth, got the most, of course, laid on the line here when it comes to this. And of course, real quick, can you go over what the what's at stake here tonight when it comes to the if you don't finish the DNF, the fine print at the bottom?
I mean, you don't finish the duel, right? Each driver has a backup car they can go get at any time during this race. If they go get that backup car and something still happens and they don't finish the race, well, guess what? Your team's got to go back, get another car, which is going to be putting you at the back of the field for Daytona, which, as we know, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I think Tanner can elaborate on that. He's usually one to follow the back at Daytona a lot.
All right.
You kind of tend to ride in the back.
As quick as I can get back here.
Well, bring up that. Let's talk about that strategy real quick from the back, man. What are the do's and don'ts and treacheries, plus possible gains from being back there?
I think it's just all about minimizing the mistakes and minimizing your chances of being a wreck. Kind of stay away from the guys that are racing, battling it out. They're throwing blocks up there. They're 3 wide and all that, right? If I'm towards the back, I can see all that on my windshield and slow her down and try not to get into it. Now, sometimes it's going to bite you as well. There's a lot of times I've rode in the back and still didn't finish the race. Well, so there's no perfect way, I don't think.
Well, elaborate on a couple ways that it could bite you. Minus the contact. I mean, could you lose draft, and could that play a crucial role there in that matter?
Absolutely. 45 laps, it sounds like a lot, but it's not, right? So if I spend 30 laps at the back, done lost the draft, I may not ever get up there back to the front, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's a kind of a give and take. It's do you want to be in the mix? Because if you're in the mix, you're at risk for a wreck. Do you want to be away from the wrecks? Well, then you're at risk of losing the draft. So it's a chess game out there at all times.
Man, that's well put and well said right there. I wonder who's going to be able to orchestrate this one the best tonight, man, and come up with that big old donut of 0x, clean finish, and maybe raise some spots, in their starting position in that 500 that's coming up, man. That crucial race, the one that is for them all them goodies, some points, and to fire you off on the right step, hopefully, for the 2024 season. All right, let's go ahead and get on over. Thanks, Tanner, man. We're going to get on over Tom. Tom, do we got some guys that we were going to be interviewing for a minute?
We are. I am currently waiting to hear back from one of them.
Okay.
I was going to try to pull up Kenneth, our pole sitter, for the 500.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, is there anyone in particular you want to talk to?
On this matter, I would actually let me look over here. I would love to grab a hold of Adam Thompson if he's available, and possible maybe Ronnie Morrison. Ronnie showed some really good speed, and I would like to actually hit on the Ghost Motorsports thing, and seeing how that's kind of kicking off. If he got a little butterflies there, or if he's strong and ready to rock. But right now, folks, we are 10 minutes, I believe, right? Is that what we're looking at? Or we're
About 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, so we're 10 minutes until drop of the green. And then, break us down real quick on our format tonight, on kickoff on the Duel 1 and Duel 2. We can bring that up, actually, and see what that's all about. Hold on one second here as I'm messing with my stuff. Okay, so we have duel number 1 coming up, folks. So let's elaborate a little bit on that one. Do you have the lineup list in front of you there, Tanner?
I don't right now, but I will in just a second. So
Okay,
it
roger.
looks like I lied. Hold on. Now I got it, I believe.
So okay, so basically I set us up here, folks. We're gonna go over a little bit of the format tonight. We're waiting on some drivers to come over and hang out with us and see what their thoughts and fears are of tonight's race. We have, of course, you're looking at duel number 1, folks. We'll have the both the infos go up, but right now, Kenneth Bartholomew is sitting on pole. This is the guy that has the most to lose. Ronnie Morrison is sitting second or third, in the qualifying, but second in tonight's outside pole, and he's going to have a chance to maybe steal that pole away. And of course, any of these guys can. Anybody who wins tonight's race can literally double, triple, quadruple their efforts and start themselves on pole or dang near close up too. Again, this is a fight and a battle for that inside lane. So every spot that they gain or lose here, it's dropping them back, 2. So if you think about it, in general.
Right.
Good breakdown there. Of course, like you mentioned, it was 45 laps, and I'm looking at 75% fuel. I wasn't quite sure on our fuel per tank. Can you elaborate a little bit more on some of those intricate details?
Well, where did we go last night, Tom? 20, 25 laps?
I believe it's around like 25 to 29 laps on a tank of fuel.
Okay, so my estimates were a little fat on this one. I was guessing 30 to 32. I thought that's what, but maybe some bad saving or something. I don't know.
Hey, open setup too. I mean, we're all running different gearing, right? So I might be able to go 25 laps. Ronnie might be able to go 32 laps, right? It just it all comes down to that gearing and where you're at.
Thank you, Ken. Elaborate on the open setup. Sorry, Tom. Real quick. Open setups. Elaborate what we're running.
I mean, just if I'm running a little bit taller gear, I'm gonna be turning more RPMs, making that motor work harder, right? So naturally, each time around this, 2.5 mile track, 2 mile track, I'm naturally just burning more fuel. And then also, what I like about the open setup here at Daytona, the spring packages. Whoever has the car slammed to the ground versus whoever wants to have the front end picked up, let a little bit of air, downforce, get underneath the car. That's one cool thing about it. Everybody set up out here, including my teams, none of us are running the same thing.
Same.
Wow, that's awesome. Speaking of Tom, it looks like you got us a little somebody over here, huh?
Yeah, we got Ronnie and Kenneth joining us in the booth.
Oh, Roger, all of that. I'm going to talk to Ronnie real quick because I did have a little questions for you on the Ghost Motorsports and what you got going on there. Nervous or anything like that? You got a program well built for tonight, and how strong do you feel out there?
Well, I mean, I feel good. I've always done good at these plate races, so it's just gotta take care of your car, take care of your stuff. You gotta be there at the end. And with the setup I was running in that practice race last night, I could not push. Every time I got behind somebody, it was like whoever I was trying to push was hitting their brakes. And I did a few things today, made a few changes, and was out here running. And dude, I was running first in practice there for a while, and I was able to push and be pushed without the car getting upset. So that's just the main thing, feeling comfortable. We've all had a couple months off here and knocking the rust off.
Now, how are you guys? How you feel in that comfort level there? Since we're hitting on that one, how comforting is that 3 wide at the moment?
I don't know about 3 wide. I don't know about 3 wide.
I mean, it's wide enough to go 3. I've seen 4.
It can work. It's scary, but it can work.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, and real quick to elaborate on the 3 wide. I mean, everybody, we know, right? Because we experience it. When you're 3 wide here on track, anybody home at watching is going, "Oh, there's so much room between the cars," right? It looks like there is, but what people at home might not understand or don't know how Iracing works, there's so much air movement between
180 miles per hour of air moving around there.
It is, they're a handful, especially in the middle. I mean, the middles, you don't want to be in the middle.
They drive your car around you. If you're the guy in the middle, they're basically driving you, the guy that's surrounding you.
All it takes is that guy in the outside lane to come down, push you down, and the guy on the inside lane just happen to go, come up just a little bit, and then there's a wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't take much.
Yeah, and I know earlier in practice I was talking to Wellman and I were talking with Tanner's teammates. There's a bubble on that outside wall. You can feel the bubble of air,
Nah.
which don't remember
Pressure
feeling here
setting.
before. So that's gonna be kind of cool to experience. I think.
Now, actually, and so for experience-wise, and the man with the most on the line right now, I heard we got Kenneth. And let me see. I'll make sure. I've been working on his last name because it's a doozy. Bartholomew, right? Is that close?
Just butchered it.
A lot of people butcher it. It's okay. It's pronounced Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
correct.
All right. Well, I was kidding. I was working on it. I only had to
You were
type it out a
close.
few times, so I was like, wait. And of course, what was great was your name was the longest, so you got to really get me warmed up there on that one. But man, so you have everything on the line to lose right now. You're all in defense, bro. This is it. You put it on pole. You put it there fast. Now you got to prove it, right? So how are your nerves in tonight's race?
Oh, I'm good. I'm not worried about any of that. I mean, shoot, it's restrictor plate racing. It really doesn't matter where you start. It's you can start last and make your way through. So, pretty cool to be on the pole for the first race in this league. I haven't been a part of it before. I've only been doing iRacing for about 4 or 5 months now. So, pretty cool to be
Nice.
there. But I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried at all. I mean, I just want to have a clean finish here.
Clean finish to this. Okay, and speaking of that clean finish, of course, and keeping it mean and green, which line do you think is going to prevail? I mean, which one of these things is going to have that speed? If you get enough ducks lined up in a row, who's going to go fast, and which one of these is going to have the momentum?
It seems like at Daytona, the low line is definitely the way to go. Talladega, I'll stay in the middle all day long, but at Daytona, I'm gonna hug that yellow line until I die.
All right. So you give it away a little bit of strategy there, though. You go over you, Tanner.
I like it. But I want to ask, coming into tonight, 45 laps. You're starting up front. Are we racing out the gate, or are you somebody that kind of wants to maybe bail out if the intensity starts to ratchet up too much?
I mean, it's a race, not a pace, right?
Hey, I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
I didn't join the league to just chill out in the back and survive the worst. I mean, I want to be in the mix. Let's go.
Yeah.
I like his attitude. All right.
Oh, we got some fun tonight, folks. Oh, we in for one.
Hey.
That's gonna be great.
We do have Adam Thompson here quick too.
Oh, roger that,
Right
man.
now.
Let's holler over at Mr. Adam Thompson.
What's
Adam.
up, boys?
Yo, welcome to the party, bud. Little pre-partying it over here, having a good time. Getting our rundown for tonight's race and what they think's gonna happen. Do you have a crystal ball?
Well, wait. Who'd you pick?
Oh, I haven't yet. Oh, I have
Oh, we
not.
didn't
I have
pick
not
it.
yet.
Well,
I
let's
haven't thrown that out there yet, but I got
Let's
my
hear it
guy in
live.
mind. So,
Yep. Who's your pick?
huh?
I'm taking Ronnie Morrison.
Oh God.
He's in the chat with us, but I'm taking Ronnie.
Oh,
He's
Sorry,
been fast
Ronnie.
all week. I've been on track with him a lot this week. Sorry, Ron. Sorry, brother.
See,
honestly,
my fight was between Ronnie and Tanner, but I saw some good speed out of Tanner and everything else, and I think he's going to work real well with his team tonight and have a good chance of possibly getting something done. So I was actually going to go with the 4-car tonight. I mean,
Tanner's
no
in duel
offense,
too,
Ron.
Sean.
Huh?
Tanner's in duel too.
Yeah.
Tanner's not in this duel.
Oh, that's
Who's
right.
gonna win this duel?
Oh,
He's
you
still taking it to duel
for
too, though.
for this. Oh, yeah. I was leaning towards Morrison, but there's some good fast cats out there. After what I seen with Lindstrom, oh, dude,
Good
he
pick.
knows how to jump on a freaking bumper and give a shoving. So I think I'm gonna go with that 83 and Lindstrom in duel 1. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
I was
he looked
I was getting
real
ahead of
strong
myself
last
on that
night.
one. My bad.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
pick.
He was looking good last night for sure.
He was. Adam, who's your pick?
Oh, let's see. Well, I definitely think Lindstrom's definitely going to be up there. Ronnie's good, Mike Wood is also fast. That other split, yeah, I like Tanner. It's Chris Carroll's racing in the second
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah,
He
we're
is,
starting
yeah.
back there
And
together.
then you got Wellman, so I mean, everybody's got to remember,
Yeah.
the last, I don't know, quarter to half of the season last year, like Wellman really figured it out.
Wildman
really
came
turned-
on. He
Yeah,
came
he
on.
turned a corner. I think he got settled in, so don't be surprised if Wellman doesn't take the checker in the second
Yeah.
split.
Adam, unfortunately, I'm going to throw you and Ronnie out, and Kenneth. You guys got to go get ready and race.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it's game on. I'm just like shaking. Oh, we counted down. I see gridding up, and the party's
Yeah.
ready to get live and get loud. 1 second here.
you boys have fun up in the booth, and we'll see you at the
Good
end.
luck, buddy.
All right, good luck, boys.
Absolutely. Good luck, guys.
Praise Dale, y'all.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to touch on something about Carl Lindstrom. He's pretty quiet out here, right? But he is the most comfortable guy to be around out here on the racetrack. If Carl Lindstrom's pushing me, we're going to the front. I know we're doing it safely. So I believe it was Tron picked Carl.
Yeah.
That's a really good pick. Really, really stout pick.
Yeah. I'm hoping that he
I'm
gets
going to have to
something
go
done.
with Old Buster.
Oh, our post hitter Kenneth did not make the grid in time. He missed the start. He's starting on pit road. He is not starting out P1.
He was on pit road, and then he bounced out.
All right, give me a second here, guys, while I'm going to flip this over to our race segment here. 1 second, folks. So stick with this as we have the drop of the green up next.
Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done struck, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done struck, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done struck, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down.
All right, folks, welcome back. Chris Paul Havis here with Front Row Esports. We are live, Daytona Duel number 1, about ready to drop the green on there. We got Tom Freitas and, of course, Tanner Marr in the booth, going to be sitting in, enjoying the action and calling the race as we get ready to fire this thing off. So let's get us just a moment here as I'm getting everything tuned and checked. Make sure we have comms up and everything's bouncing green, which is now. All right, we got to get the Go Fast up in here with the hot rods. Now let's get our boys in the booth here. Tanner Marr, Tom, you guys got a copy?
I got a copy, brother. I was vibing out to the Bring Sally Up 3-6 you had rolling right then. As I'm excited, man, ready to get the race underway.
Woo, down, Tom. Maybe he ain't here. Oh, he's.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was doing some race control stuff. I'm excited. It's going to be we got a smaller field here for Duel 1, which kind of sucks. Not everyone showed up, but I'm sure Duel 2 is going to be stacked. A lot of heavy hitters in that one. Looking forward to that. And as that pace car is about ready to pull off, what do you say, Tron?
Oh man, I think it's time to light some fires, kick the tires, cause it's on, Big Daddy. Let's get some green up in this thing. And we gone. All right, we're gonna spool them up here, and let's see who's gonna get. So far, we got the 83 jumping to a huge start. Well, we do have the 20 right on his bumper. Let's see how these guys are link up. So far, everyone's kind of shooting to the bottom, leaving that 43 of Larry Bell high and dry out to side.
43 has no friends around him whatsoever. Going to jump down to the low side as the 20 and 83 now do get linked up to the front.
And one thing I've noticed, we all talk about working together, right? Big thing, again, we were talking about teams earlier. You got to have some teammates out there and people and I noticed Larry, it's basically him and Brody, and the rest of your entire team is in Duel number 2.
Yeah, Duel number 1 did not have very many Five Kings Motorsports drivers in it. So Larry Bell is definitely going to try to link up with somebody else here. Like the 7 car is starting to go backwards now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing a lot of single file here. Everyone's probably savoring their stuff. Not really looking to pull that trigger and that hammer quite yet. Let's get this thing, the tire pressure's built up. Let's get settled in. Let's make sure everything's working accordingly to our setups, and we're comfortable with our draft right now. It seems like a smart play thus far when it comes to the field in Duel 1.
As the outside lane, though, look, the momentum's starting to change. They get linked up a little bit, and now look, outside lane's hard charging. Carl has to go up and make the block. He does it cleanly, though. The 7 looks like he had to lift a little bit. That may allow the 20 to be the race leader right here.
Yeah, but look, here comes the 69 with some advantage right now of getting on his bumper and giving him a good shove. He's got not a lot of help behind him, so it looks like the energy's starting to form up to the outside here, and let's see if they can really spool up these cars and get them together.
It takes them about a full lap to get up to speed, to get those engine RPMs built. So now they are running about the fastest they have, and this is where they're going to be at now. So now the 83 needs the 7 to get right down the back bumper to make that high side line work. as the low lines just formed up and a lot more organized.
You see the 83 of Lindstrom dropping back here. Now we're looking at possible 3 wide toward the back. And he said these cars were a little unstable in that, so now we're going to do a little side draft off to 43, kind of spool up that motor one more time, hopefully get some help by that 6, get a nice little link up with the 1 there. Okay, now they got some energy built back up on that high side. Look how much it stalls up right there. As here we go. Now we're going to be adding some more to the party here. Looks like Michael Wood, I believe.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Carl was back there looking for his teammates there in the 1 and the number 6. There's a 3 team cars right there together.
And they found each other. And 83 gave a heck of a shot to the 1. Just gave a huge momentum, as it looks like it's a stalemate now between both lanes.
Right now, some drag racing down the backstretch, and we do have leader Tyler Honeycutt in the 20. Adam Thompson, the outside leader, bringing up the train there with some good momentum. And this is exactly what I was looking for here. I wanted to see what this outside line was going to have right here, because they're able to have, that more momentum in that middle lane right there. And if they can get down to the inside lane like he just did there, kind of side draft him just a little bit, blow him up through that center. Boom, and look at this, dude. Outside line, just chugging and chooching, and man, they're gone. Now getting up against the wall. Adam Thompson did mention this in practice, which I did over here, saying, let's go practice the outside line. I'm wondering, this is part of his strategies right here to get everyone to form up. But no, here we go. 20, jumping down low, starting the line and the run on the bottom one more time. Got the 13 of J.R. Scrumber, not taking anybody for prisoners now as he's trying to advance his position. Big drag race right now coming across our checker line, and we do have Adam Thompson still leading the outside lane. Fantastic work by the 20 on the bottom, though, holding tough right there, as here comes the 83 of Carl Lindstrom. Lindstrom back at her again, if you will. Hot on the bump, was hot on the bumper of the 1, as you seen the 1 now contacting and connecting with the 71 of Thompson. Want to give him a little bit of space there, it looked like. Make sure you don't want to run him over, be that third car and back pushing. Never a good thing to do, but, again, that's where you can get into trouble. And I'm seeing the 6 car getting a run.
And one thing to remember, I see a lot of these guys pushing hard. These cars, the past, at least, I don't know why, but since some updates and stuff, these cars after about 2 laps, they're hot. Like, if you're not getting air, if you run tight to that rear bumper, about 2 laps, these things are going to blow up.
Now, we did see the 83 of Carl Lindstrom kind of toast one up in practice. Want to see how far he can push it. And right now he's pushing it just a little bit there, but you see him kind of dodging back and forth as we have a new leader, Michael Wood, in the 1. New paint scheme for Mike too here, as he's throwing down some heat out there in the kitchen.
As Tom mentioned it, the 6, 83, and the 1, Bowtie Bandits, they are all teammates here along with Tom Frieda. So those 3, they have linked up and they went to the front. That shows you how important it is to not only have friends, but have teammates out here that's going to link up with you, because the 1 car is hauling the mail right now with the 83 tucked into his back bumper.
Now, Tanner, could you elaborate a little bit more on what do you feel is going to be important this season when it comes to teamwork and team play out there? Do you see some organization in teams this year that are really going to push the envelope when it comes to our racing in the 2024 season?
I truly do. It hasn't been that way at like the past few seasons, but this season Tom and y'all are really emphasizing team points and whatnot. So you might see some team orders out there that shake out throughout the season, like what we see in F1. But I don't think it'll be anything drastic like that, because all these guys, they want to win. I want to beat my teammates just as bad as I want to beat Tom Frieders or anybody else, right? So,
yep.
Oh, 100%.
There's going to be some give and take with it, though, most definitely, with the team points.
Now, I'm watching this. Carl and Buster, or Mike Wood, are pulling away.
They pulled.
They are pulling away.
Big time. They're lined up nose to tail right there, and we got these guys side by side, and we got the 20 on the outside here. Not finding a lot of momentum here, but here comes that pocket. If these guys can just get some energy built back up these lines, they're going to be a fat run down the backstretch right here.
Yeah, Mark Miller with a huge run in the 6. Is he going to take it, or is he going to stay with the teammate? He's flirting with it. He was flirting with it a little bit, but he touched his teammate.
Now lining up right there. I mean, yeah, he definitely lifted and kind of let her coast for a minute there, not to run up so hard on him and wasn't planning on taking the lead at the moment. He wanted to get in there, work with the teammates. Yep, absolutely settling
Adam
in.
Thompson went to first all the way back to 8th. You just see if the high line or the lane that you're heading up, if they just quit pushing you, you basically go nowhere. And that's what happened to the 71 machine. So now he has to regroup, slide back in on the low line after losing all the track position, and try to go back and fight and do it again.
Oh, 100%. And again, we're going to ride on board real quick with Mr. Adam Thompson, as he is now lining up and looking for the run and seeing where it's going to go. And again, I know these guys are testing the waters at the moment as well, when it comes to what kind of run they're going to be able to get.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
we got stacking up just a little bit.
A 45-lap race, these first 30 laps is trial and error. We're just learning what we can get away with at this point.
Well, now we're seeing that back energy really, coming forward now, and everything's starting to suck up even more. So now we're going to see some, even more advanced runs being generated here. And guys, let's see what they're going to be able to do with them. Are they going to continue to test the waters, if you will, and see what this car is going to have in store for them at the end, or will we see a little more lift in and not really take a lot of that chance as we see a little more lining up at the moment.
I'm blown away, Tron. These guys are minding the P's and Q's. They are just lined up on the low line, just clicking laps right now. I'm shocked the outside lane it dissipated as quick as it did.
And I think that's lower numbers in this field at the moment here. It's not given a lot of that, as we were referring to, the energy out there on track. So basically you'll see it looks like they'll group up, spool it all up real quick, right? Superhero like making a charge. And then once it gets stalled up, it breaks apart, and then single file, regain it again, and then send it back again.
And I think Tanner kind of hit the nail on the head there, right? So everyone just kind of learning what the car's going to do, where they can get the runs at, where they can't get runs at, just learning what they have to do for them last, 10, 15 laps of the race, because essentially that's when it's race time, right? These drivers know they have a pit stop yet to make, right?
Yeah.
You got to get through pit stops, and until you can, that last 15 laps, then you can actually race,
And let's elaborate on that, Tom, on the pit stops.
They're about to also catch about to catch Kenneth here. They're about to put him a lap down.
That's heartbreak for Kenneth. Goes from being the pole sitter, misses the grid, misses the start time, and
one thing that's on Kenneth's favor, right? As long as he brings home the car and finishes the race, he is still locked on the front row.
Right.
So.
He's still going to be the pole sitter.
Yep. But he's not going to get that practice, right? Learning what his car can and can't do, and learning who he can and cannot run with, right? So Kenneth is new. He doesn't have any friends or teammates out there. So,
boys, I'm pretty impressed with these bow ties up front. These three linked up together, really impressive, and really impressed how the 83 can just stay right there on the back bumper of the one. You see him dip out every now and then, Tron. That's just him trying to get a little air to the motor, right? Cool her down a little bit. But man, oh man, these Chevys are bad fast here this week.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm seeing exactly that though. I'm seeing a huge stack of Chevys in the field this weekend, and of course through the race here, and I'm seeing that when it comes to the Chevy Power and whatnot. But I don't know. I mean, we still haven't seen the Fords out here. We have a lot of Fords in Duel 2 coming up. Want to see what kind of something they're going to throw down. Now, right now, okay, we were elaborating a little bit on Kenneth at the moment. So, when it comes to him, now lap down, mirrored in traffic at the moment, looking for that caution, which, I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if we're going to get here, boys. These guys are doing a phenomenal job.
They look like they're playing nice right now. They are definitely playing nice.
Absolutely.
Wait till about 10 to go.
So let's touch base on our race leader, or I'm sorry, on our pole sitter here, and describe what you guys were referring to earlier on. As long as he brings it home in one piece, he still gets to sit on pole.
So basically, the Kenneth in this duel and Richard in duel number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
They qualified first and second in qualifying. They are guaranteed to start on the front row no matter where they finish in their duels, unless they do not bring that car home. If they don't finish the duel, then they start wherever they finish.
So practically, whoever wins Duel 1, they're going to be starting P3. Whoever wins Duel 2 is going to be starting P4.
Correct.
Is that right? Okay. I didn't know that either. I didn't know that.
Yep, unless Kenneth something happens, he doesn't finish the duel. The same thing for Richard. If he doesn't finish his duel,
they're locked in right now, no matter what. Before
yes,
the post
they are currently locked in.
Wow.
I was a little kerfluffled on that too. I didn't understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. Like I said, I want to get that information out there
Right,
for us. So I'll
right.
make sure we're all on the same page.
Yep.
I mean, right now we got.
I'm watching the 13 Tron. Sorry to cut you. I'm watching 13. 13 wants to go. He wants to let it eat, but he
Yep.
cannot get the help right now. The